Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Jesse. Jesse?
And Tom.
I know. It's
And
the week's been flying.
It's been a kind of a crazy week, hectic week.
It has.
Fast week.
I hadn't gotten our video out from last week with Dalton, which I'm working on today. So you guys might be getting 2 episodes pretty quick.
It did get posted
on YouTube
Facebook.
Anyway.
Yeah, it is up on Facebook and Spotify and like the listening.
Yeah, the listening aspect, you can listen to that anywhere.
Right.
But the video, which I don't suspect we get, we don't get a ton of views, but it's nice to get that like
for those
algorithm.
of you that like to watch it. Hey,
the algorithm and stuff, that's
the data. We go through the data.
Yeah, I posted the weird video I made online on TikTok yesterday. That one,
the party, the birthday party,
got a lot more views than any videos we've ever done.
Really?
Yes.
How many views?
Like 5.
5. I thought you said 5.
500.
Okay.
Which for us guys is
that's
like
not bad.
That's like 100,000 to me anyway. Yeah. That's how I feel.
I don't know. Some of our shorts have really done well.
Shorts on YouTube. This is it's short on TikTok only.
Oh, I see.
And on TikTok, we average about 125, 130 views per video.
We need to get Blanc in here with the dog. That usually.
And so I posted a stupid
really
video when I was living here saying, look, this is what TikTok I learned.
Oh, yeah.
And I was putting away a can of tuna in a cover, being stupid, obviously. And that got like 700 views.
God. TikTok is so weird. Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. I just wanted to do it because it was being stupid.
I think that's kind of the way TikTok works. People are like, oh, that's weird. And whatever. I'll watch
I like seeing some of the motivational stuff because it inspires me hearing some like motivational stuff. Sometimes I need that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and then what we're about kind of is trying to not only motivate, but just like, help people learn and stuff. So that's why, like, for our TikTok, we try to follow. That's what we usually go towards, and then some other random ones. But I don't know. Some of that inspiring stuff's nice to hear. Yeah, because you're like, God, I kind of needed to hear that.
Right.
I didn't know I did, but then I hear something, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of need that.
Yeah. Yeah, life can be oddly hard at times.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can find, like you said, sometimes you're going through things that you don't realize you're going through.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Which brings us up. No, I'm just
kidding. Yeah. Speaking of.
No, for reals, though. Like, I know I've been on trying to do a lifestyle change.
Yes.
For trying, and it's like, trying to change your lifestyle is hard already.
It's very hard.
I've tried it multiple times I'm going to not drink this much, or I'm going to do this. And then I find myself, it's worse or whatever,
Right.
And then, so I've been setting these little goals. Okay, I'm not going to drink, this day, or I'm not going to drink. Not that I sound like an alcoholic, bro. But I'm not going to lie. I probably am a little bit, but, so I'm not going to drink for like the next couple weeks. And when I hit that, I'm all right. I'm cool. And then, I'll have a beer here and there, and it's just, I just kind of leave it at that. And then I won't drink again until something comes up usually.
Yeah. Right.
We just celebrated our daughter's 15th over here, did a pool party.
If you saw the TikTok video.
Yeah, you would have saw. We're at his backyard.
Yeah.
People loved it though.
And the video, or people at the party?
Like people at the party. Like they loved your backyard.
Fun. Yeah, it was nice. Everybody was having a good time. Kids were swimming.
Yeah, they loved your little pond.
Yes, the pond. Put a lot of work into that pond.
It looks cool, dude. He has koi fish and shit. It's pretty badass.
Yeah. It's a fine point of the yard.
You're like, It feels good, huh, to look at it sometimes?
It feels good to have.
Do you ever look at it and just like, God damn, that's pretty good?
It's very relaxing to look at. I've contemplated just like filming it and then like putting music behind it and putting a video of just fish swimming and see how many views that gets.
You should do that.
I know, right?
It'll probably get a shitload.
Probably, yeah. We get like 10,000 views.
Bro, I can guarantee you something like that.
Put like Zen hashtag whatever. Like
sometimes people just like hear like I could listen to like ocean.
That's what it is. The water trickles and the fish are swimming all cool.
I could listen to that all day.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I could be a beach bum because that's how relaxed I feel at the ocean.
Yeah.
That's the most relaxed I ever feel. is when I'm like at the ocean, just sitting there. It's just so vast, and it's just like it amazes me how big the goddamn ocean is.
It is pretty wild. Yeah.
And how powerful that fucking thing is.
Oh, yeah. It seems calm. Go out very deep. You'll find out how powerful it is. And then,
dude, you go out so deep because the tide's low, and it seems like I'm so far. And then you come out high tide
too. Yeah. Yeah.
Before you know it.
Yeah.
But no. But I was on a little change, trying to change, just not eat as much. Because for me, I was feeling pretty big,
Mm-hmm.
Our computer's telling us to restart to install update. We can
Luckily,
wait.
that has nothing to do with them not recording us. So that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's what we thought. Huh?
Usually that's what happens.
Denied.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, trying to lose weight because I've been, like, for me, like, well, I'll let you tell yours, but, like, for me,
that's fine.
I know, like, I started snoring a lot, or like I could feel it when I wake up, and it was hurting to walk, like, because my feet are sore because in my mind. And so this is where the like overthinker in me starts like breaking stuff down. And this is how I felt. And this is the reason I started like trying to like, let me slow down.
Yeah.
It's because I'd get up in the middle of the night to go to like the bathroom or whatever. And it was hurting to walk. I was like, it's because I'm so overweight that my body doesn't know how to handle that much pressure on its fucking feet right now.
Yeah.
Right. It's never held this many pounds before. And now it's like, bro, I was asleep. This is a lot of weight for me to wake up to.
Yeah. There might be something to that, though.
But no, I swear to God. So I was like,
it's funny that you say that, because my feet were doing the exact same thing. Yeah. And they still are a little bit, but I'll get into the deeper story, but I've been eating way better the last 3 days. And already
something, but a little more actually.
Maybe 4 days,
4 or 5 days.
Wednesdays when I found out something.
Also Wednesday, Thursday,
so
Friday.
Thursday, Friday. Well, most of Wednesday, really, I guess. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So about 5 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Kudos. About 5 days, I've been eating better, and already it's not nearly as bad. I feel a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, it's like a deep ache in your feet, right? And your feet feel stiff.
Oh,
like
super stiff. Yeah. I feel like an old man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's got to be something to do with the weight.
I think so.
Not deeper issues.
So I've been typically, after high school, I was around after high school, I was like 130. Then I went to 150 pretty quickly because I started working and I was building muscle.
Yeah.
And then 165, 170 is what I've always been at. And now I'm like 205, 210. Way heavier than I've been in my life. And so I'm trying to, I want to get back to that because like you said, the feet thing, dude, that tripped me out. Like I didn't like feeling that way.
No, it's been building for a while.
And then after I tore my floors out, I felt good because I've been eating a lot better, a lot less. Maybe not always as good.
I know what you mean.
But not as much.
Not as much, yeah.
I didn't go from I'm going to eat this and then I'm just going to eat fucking tuna salads for the rest of my life.
Right.
I didn't go from the extreme. I kind of like gradually am trying to go in there.
Yeah.
Because I know when I do for me, like
No, I hear you.
It for me, it cracks because I'm like, I want this or that. So but I've been doing good. I'm trying to stick with like just chicken and I didn't eat any of the pork tacos.
Yeah. See, I think I
had a couple pieces. I had a couple pieces,
but it was good
because there was a couple chunks that they didn't get.
Yeah.
So I cooked those, and those were my pieces.
Nice.
I'm the chef. I get that.
It's chef's choice.
I get the asada. Everyone else, because it was like a little sliver of asada almost.
Really nice.
We'll just cook that for me. It was so good though.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, pork's good.
Well, that's the thing is like there are limits to what you can do.
Yeah,
I've had to. So I'll get into the deeper story because I feel like I'm dancing around it. If I sound like I'm slower or more like bleh today, I've been eating very differently. So Wednesday, I went into a doctor's appointment. I got bit in the hand 2 weeks ago. I think I talked about that in the podcast.
Yeah.
So I went in and they told me, and I might have mentioned on the podcast that my blood pressure was high.
You might have.
When I went in and the dog bite, and I said I was going to go in and get checked again just to make sure there wasn't like it was a fluke reading.
Yeah.
Because my thought was, I'm going to go in. I'm going to be, because usually like you go into the doctor and you're like, I don't know. And they're like, you're fine. It's this.
Yeah.
This is the first time in my life that did not happen. I go in and like, I just want to check my blood pressure. They said it was high when I got the dog bite. So, tell me it's all good and I'll be out of your hair. And they do my blood pressure and stuff. And he comes in and he's a great doctor. So like, it's not going to sound the way I'm making it sound, but to emphasize the shitty feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do you want medication? Like instantly like, yeah, you have high blood pressure and something has to be done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so now it's not like,
so I do have a question.
Sure.
Do you think he said, do you want medication as you need to change yourself? Or is it more of like, if you would have said yes, he would have okay.
No, he's,
well, you know what I mean?
He told me.
So what if you would have said yes? What was his reaction?
He would have given me medication. Because in his notes, I looked at it and it says, if it doesn't go below this number, medication will be needed. So, and it was way above that number at the time.
Yeah.
What he didn't know was the fluctuation. If I could bring it down right away, I think his point was if my heart's not going to react to diet.
Yeah.
And if I'm not going to do the diet, then I'm going to do damage and I have to do something about it. It's kind of his.
Okay.
Because he went into detail about what's happening, like why my blood pressure is high, what it means with both numbers. He did a really good job explaining it in terms that I can't even repeat. He really explained how different foods react with your body. And when you start to get these.
For sure, which is normal.
So, I mean, it was a very interesting conversation and it's not surprising. Yeah. I have a very unhealthy relationship with food. I use food for a lot of reasons.
Oh, I think a lot of people do.
A lot of people
sometimes
do.
It's like their stress release.
It's
stress
for
eating.
me. It's stress. It's emotional. It's a whole bunch of different things, and I really use it as a crutch, and I have for a long time. And I have a family history of issues with food and all that, and I think it was kind of like a dare type thing. Like, I'll be fine because. Because I had on one hand,
skips a generation.
Yeah, exactly. I literally told myself
I've told myself that.
Something.
That's why I said that.
Yeah, I mean, but my great grandfather died of a heart attack. My uncle died of a heart attack now.
Generation skip.
So that's like my grandma almost died of a heart attack. My grandpa had a mild heart attack. Like
so I was trying to think of who's had heart attacks in my family. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah,
I don't want to be the first.
Well, good. Right. Well, the thing is, I just think about all the processed food and crap that I've grown up with. Like our era was kind of like the prime era of like, here's all these great snacks and like food that we just kind of ate that they didn't have in like, earlier on.
Do you think our bodies, and this is not like trying to be a smart ass or nothing. Like, do you think our bodies like our kids, right? Mm-hmm. The processed foods we grew up, do you think our bodies are smart enough to adjust?
I don't think so. Because I think some data that's coming out is suggesting that heart disease and stuff is onsetting earlier and earlier. So I really think it has to do with certain foods react certain ways in your body. Mm-hmm. And the more that you're putting in earlier on in your life, you kind of meet that threshold. I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I know from my experience now, because
I don't even want my kids to eat soup now.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's hard because, and my doctor explained it to me too. Like, it's not all just your fault. Like, our entire society is really based on easily accessible food that's shitty for you.
Oh yeah,
he said, like, I don't mean
unhealthy eating's way cheaper than eating healthy.
Well, if you look at we were buying because we thought it was healthy. Not that I tried it all to be healthy, but I would do little things like I drink my coffee black. I don't put creamer in it because like that keeps me healthy. I drink wine because I'm like, that's good for me.
Well, we drink a lot more than wine.
And whiskey,
And, whiskey has a thing just like wine. I was telling you yesterday.
Yes. There may be some health.
There's a health benefit to whiskey, but wine overall is supposed to be more healthy. But I don't know how good that myth is. Who knows? I
think they have probably good things that outweigh some of the bad. Yeah, exactly.
It's good and bad.
But one thing, so like the mayonnaise that we were buying, we were like, let's be healthy. Like, we're going to buy the avocado.
I thought you guys had olive oil.
Well, we cooked with olive oil.
No, I thought you had the olive oil mayonnaise.
I think it's avocado. I think it's avocado. I could be wrong, but I think it's avocado. But we never looked at the back.
Yeah.
Just like they say it's healthier.
Yeah.
I'm going with that. You look at it, and one of the earliest ingredients, they use avocado oil. But mixed in with that is all the other bad oils. The canola oil was on there and all these other seed oils I was warned about. that raise your cholesterol and do all this bad stuff. So I'm like, you just can't trust anything that's made for you.
Yeah.
Is kind of the idea.
No,
Anytime you're complicating food,
well,
that's when it gets tricky.
I was telling you, my buddy Efren and stuff, he's been doing a diet where they cut out all the sugars and all the like starches, I guess, like a carb thing.
See, I can't do.
But theirs was like sugars to the point where when you, like I said, you'd read the label and then something you wouldn't even think had sugar in it, like chicken, right? Sometimes chicken will have sugar in it, the way they brine it or whatever,
right?
And so they can't even eat that, right?
Because they're kind of doing one of those crash diets, I think.
Something,
right?
Like they've lost like 25 pounds respectively each, which is crazy.
And that's the thing. Like, I kind of agree with you.
I don't feel like it's sustainable though.
See, that's the thing.
That's
mine right now. I'm kind of doing that in the sense that I need to get my levels down and then kind of see, because my goal is to not be on medication.
Yeah,
I don't want. My uncle died because he shot out his kidneys.
Yeah,
and I don't know about the new medication. I think it was older medications, but regardless. I don't know how a 36-year-old body reacts.
Been on meds her whole life.
Yeah, and
she takes
we know medications don't help you long term. Like no matter what, they don't make you better. They just either hide symptoms or they destroy other parts of your body. Yeah. So my feeling is I don't want to go on those now. I want to see how far I can push that out.
Yeah, but
I have to crash everything down to start sort of at a baseline again. To then build back to where I know what my body can handle. And what it can't. You know what I mean?
See get below it, so you're good.
Yeah, luckily, as of this morning, my average is just under where it should be after 5 days of this. So, I think I'm pretty well there. But I also have to deal with the fact I'm addictive with food.
Oh yeah,
and I'm really scared that if I don't do it the right way, I'm not trying to not eat anything, but it's like a lot of foods are very much triggers for me.
Well, food's so good.
It is.
Certain foods are so good.
And my brain can flip in a heartbeat. I'm like the addict who just went into rehab and is like, I can do this.
That's me.
Like, because food is truly, it's as addictive as any other kind of drug. I mean, you may not have, like, I'm not going to die from not eating it. I'm not going to go into some kind of cardiac arrest or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But the way it screws with your brain, I can think about my rationale when I would eat the shittiest foods.
Yeah.
And massive amounts of it any time of day, drink a beer whenever I wanted to.
Yeah. I was a binger.
Yeah.
I'm a binge drinker.
I'm a binge everything. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And
pizza for me, that's a food for me, where I could eat it.
And there's ways I can
eat a whole medium.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I could sadly probably eat a large if I let myself.
I probably could.
But that's why I'm a good 50 pounds more than you at my max.
Well, you're also 6'50".
I'm 6'50" tall.
You're
I'm 6'4"
tall.
But I should not be the frame I am. I mean, if you look at my actual frame, like there's parts of my body that don't gain weight. Like my wrists stay small no matter what I do.
Well, guys, we carry weight in different spots than women.
I do, and it all goes, that center area.
Well, that's most guys.
Which shows you the cholesterol and all that kind of crap. And that's the problem I really had more than anything was like my cholesterol is being affected by what I eat. Like if my body were reacting well to the foods I was eating and the way I was eating, even if my blood pressure were higher, cholesterol would have been under control.
Yeah.
And I had the insulin resistance starting. Not out of control, but starting. And that's
Do you eat a lot of sweets?
Oh, I love sweets. I love sweets and sugar. So it's just one of those things. Like I would just get in a bingey habit and just eat and eat and eat. And just
when it's accessible and it's right there, it's hard to say no, especially when you're at home all day.
Yeah.
Like for me, I work at home and I was finding myself just eating just cause I was, like I said, like I was bored like I said, for me, I would drink because I was bored and I just wanted to, being buzzed felt good, right? Being buzzed felt fun.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, I can't be fucking doing this, dude. Like,
I just it like gets to behavior.
I got to my thinking. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you need to change.
Yeah,
I don't want to wake up one day and my kids are like looking at me because I'm in a hospital bed or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the sad thing is like it
made me so sad thinking about it one day. Like, I almost literally started crying.
Yeah,
because I was just like.
But there's a point where it's like you can have that rational mind.
Yeah.
Usually it's after you've eaten. or after you've done whatever, and like your body has that either sugar or the salt or whatever you're craving,
Mm-hmm.
when that's met, then you're like, you kind of go through that phase of like, oh, good. Oh, yeah. And then it dawns on you, like the remorse kind of sets in of like, I can't keep doing
like you just did something
that's
just
because
horrible. Like you murdered someone.
You're, what you're craving. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
it is.
The craving's met. So now you can rationalize it and go, God, why do I keep doing this? And that's just challenging. So there's this guy named Jason Fung that has a lot of videos about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
I was recommended to do that by my doctor, and I've been doing it, and I really like that because that's how anyway.
I was going to say I think that's how I.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, I don't like to eat breakfast. I don't eat early. A lot of people say to eat breakfast, but it sounds like that is kind of debatable.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but it's what
I do feel like if you're low on energy, I do think breakfast is really.
But see, I never really am in the morning.
You know,
I
mean, I'm not saying
typically don't want to eat till later. My problem is when I would eat. I would binge, oh my God, the worst things possible. It's like I'm going to make dinner. So while I'm making dinner, I'm going to get this bag of chips, and I'm just shoving my face full of chips, and then a cheese stick. And then some of the things that maybe I chose might have been healthy on their own, but mixed in with all this other crap. It's like I'm just gorging at that point.
Yep.
And so this guy, Jason Fung, he goes into all that, and he goes into, and I'm sure some of what he says is debatable. I'm sure there's alternative science or whatever, but it does make sense to me the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm very habitual, behavioral.
Yeah.
And I think everybody is to a point, but
with certain things, I think.
Yeah. Like if I get used to eating a certain amount during certain times, I can get behaviorally in that pattern where I'll do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not necessarily addictive in the sense of like I need a chemical.
Yeah.
But I am behavioral very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a routine. Because I drive her freaking nuts.
Well, you got your routines.
Yeah.
You ever get in a routine of something and you break that up? Like for what it's really. You get devastated. You get pissed almost. You know what I mean? When certain habits.
Well, I think about the time when I was in better shape. When there was a time in life earlier where I was running a lot, and there was a second time where I really got into shape. Even the first time when I wasn't really in good shape because I ate like crap, but at least I was exercising, so I was okay. During that period of time, that's when I would run, and actually running would release enough endorphins that if I had a headache from stress or whatever. If I went for a run, I didn't have to take like a Tylenol or anything because that would fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Well, that's what they say. Like with sex, it releases an endorphin or whatever to combat shit like that.
And that's
your body's
what
like,
those.
Oh God, I needed that. Smoke a cigarette or whatever.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it's crazy too to think about it. How shitty I actually feel when I eat really bad.
Yeah.
You feel so good because it's like a drug in the sense that it's lying to you. Like, oh yeah, that is great. Oh my God, more. But I had acid reflux all the time. I knew something was bad. I would have to take Tums like multiple times a day, which I'm sure is not good. That's a lot of calcium.
No, yeah, that's not good.
You
get ulcers that way.
You can get ulcers. I'm sure you can get stones and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Luckily, my levels of calcium were fine in my body.
Through the roof. You got the strongest bones on earth.
I did all my bones are great. But so my body was using it appropriately. Hopefully my levels don't drop once I stop doing that. But just like my feet, like we were talking about the feet, my feet were aching so bad in the morning. Yeah, and I've always been stiff. Like I'm just a stiff kind of person.
Well, I've told you I want to start doing yoga.
Yeah.
Because I'm so the same stiff, and I feel like I need to like stretch my muscles, just feel tight all the time. And I don't want that because like I love playing sports.
Right.
And I've been finding myself getting injured with some stupid shit because I love running. I've always been a good runner, but I've never been a good runner at 210 pounds.
Right. And at our age.
And my body, my muscles are like, bro, this is stress.
Yeah. No, for real.
And then it'll I felt it in my legs. I felt it in my feet. And I was just like,
what I'm sure to do now.
This sucks, man. I don't want to be 40 no more.
I want
to be 18.
I don't want to be 36. That's too old.
I want to go back to being 20.
The good thing is, like, my doctor did tell me, like, you're at the stage now, you can reverse this. It doesn't mean that, like, it's not going to be there if you're not taking care of it. You got to be careful. But you're in the driver's seat right now. The disease is not running you.
Yeah.
But if you keep going this route,
it will.
It's not too far away from being over that point where you can't backtrack all the way. Like, then you have to manage it through other chemical means. So I'm like, that's what I want to avoid. But what I make sure to do now, because I had the same issue when I was running when I was younger, I got to the point I was trying to run twice a day and I was really getting into it, which that's usually when something goes wrong because you over push your muscles.
Yeah, which you don't want to do.
Not that you can't push through that, but I never stretched or anything. I'd run and then be done. So I make sure after any workout, I stretch.
Yeah. And, which is, if you're going to cold run or do anything, you want to stretch after.
Right. Which I was shocked to learn you don't want to do it before. I always thought before.
Because it'll be a shock to your...
It's too much.
Yeah.
So you want to stretch after.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
But I want to be more limber in the fact that I can feel myself tightening up when I do like run or I'm doing something that...
Or even just the little things that you shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, why am I tight? Why am I feeling tight this way? Or whatever. And it's like, well, shit. I'm carrying 40 to 50 pounds more than I've carried in my life.
Yeah.
And so it was just, for me, like I said, it was just, I got to do something, but I don't want to, I felt so many times I like crash diets or doing something. I've never finished a crash diet ever in my life.
No, me either.
You know what I mean?
Well, I told you before, I don't diet. I'd laugh if you guys are doing a diet, which is stupid. I shouldn't have laughed, but I would laugh and be like, well, I don't diet because,
But the intermittent fasting, though, that's what I try to do as well, just because it's like, it's easy.
And it does make sense.
If I have my coffee, I'm good.
Well, this guy, so that Jason Fun guy, his explanation of it.
Is he? Really?
Jason, he's fun. Fung. F-U-N-G. Check him out. This is all his information. Not mine.
He sound like he said.
He's
Jason's
fun.
Fun guy. He's a fun guy.
So he explains it like your point is to miss calories.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not calorie counting because he's like, you can't look at a bag of potato chips and an equal amount of like a high protein, high fiber and call calories. So he's like, it's not like that. But if you're going to do intermittent fasting, your goal is to miss those meals so that when you eat, you're eating a normal size meal and you're not just replacing those calories.
Yeah, you're not doing 600 plus more calories.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, if you're just replacing those calories with the food that tells your body to store it and not to use it,
you're screwed.
Which we've known. I mean, we know that certain oils do tell your body like to hold it. Mm-hmm. And that's like why kids eat pasta before a race or, that kind of stuff. Like,
well, when I played football, we'd have every Thursday before the game on Friday, they would do the spaghetti.
Yeah. Spaghetti feed. So that you have stored energy ready to go. When you're fat, like I am, you don't need the stored energy. You have it.
I know.
You got to
I feel you there.
You know what I mean? So like it makes logical sense to me. Like,
no, it makes
let your body get hungry.
When you say it that way, it does make sense.
You know what I mean? So then it wants to
because I would do over calories sometimes.
Right.
And or not over calories. I would just be like, well, I got this window I have to eat.
I got 7 hours. I can eat
what I want, right?
Exactly. And he specifically mentions that and says, it's not about making up all those missed calories.
Which makes sense.
The point is to miss the calories.
That's how smart I am.
To replace. Well, we all are because our brains are also susceptible to the pressure. And there's a lot of pressure to eat bad. I mean, it just, there is.
It's easier.
It's easier. Dude, that's one of my concerns with this. Yeah.
Every Friday, I usually will get a coffee at a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm towards Toppenish and I'm hungry, I'm like, just go to McDonald's. Mm-hmm. It's not like I eat this all the time, which I don't.
Yeah.
Get me a sausage egg McMuffin with a fucking hash brown and like an orange juice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Scarf those down in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And how long are you full after that?
I'm full for a while.
Oh, yeah?
But then I would go, let me go McDonald's. So McDonald's is easiest over there.
Yeah.
It's the easiest place. Because Toppenish is very small.
Right.
So then I will go back to McDonald's, sometimes Taco Bell, Japan,
Sure.
Taco Bell, KFC, or whatever. Order me something else. A few hours later, eat that. And I'm like, that's, at the time, soda. Or what I usually like, I like unsweetened iced tea.
Oh, okay. That's better.
I had sweet tea the other day and it was gross.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like it. It was too sweet. Like I'm not used to it. But then I'd eat that fucking shit. And then I'm like, I'm kind of hungry later.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, go to the vending machine, get me something else to eat.
Right.
And I was doing that every Friday though.
Uh-huh.
But then also during the week, I'm eating the same way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I got in that without realizing it. I'm in this road, this cycle.
The cycle, exactly. Well, and it's behavioral patterns. Like, you get used to it. This is the time of day. Yeah. And that guy, Jason Fung, talks about the same thing. He's like, he said a lot of people during the pandemic started working out of their kitchen. Well, all your food's right there. So all your triggers are there. So then you get used to like, oh, I'm hungry. Okay, I go to the fridge. I check this particular cabinet because that's usually where the junk food is.
Dude.
Like there's a cabinet I go to. My parents'
held
house.
a pinky, one of those Twinkies.
Yeah.
And then they go,
it was bad.
They had to Tom Blanca had to throw some away because they had like mold. And
it got to the point they were moldy. Yeah.
I was like, what? And then I was like, I don't think so. And I looked and I'm like, I think I'm okay.
That's only a little green.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
No, it is crazy,
right there.
but there's so much. And that's the thing, is the longevity of it. Like I have to do this for the long run. If I want to if I actually want to be healthy.
Yeah.
If I want to just live like, let it ride and do damage, but mitigate it, I can do that. And that's fine. I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I know that my motivation, like I am not extremely mentally motivated. Like,
yeah,
I'm not one of those people like, I'm going to fucking do it and like, fuck you guys. And then for 3 months, I'm like, maybe for 3 months I could do it. But then eventually something happens and I justify stopping and then it's just over. And then I'm over it.
It's January 13th. Everyone knows what day that is.
Well, so
I have to eat this day.
This kind of happened when Blanca was pregnant and we had just bought the house and everything. It was like very stressful in that first fall.
Of course.
Being a teacher, I got to winter break and I had a whole routine down. Everything was down. I didn't go to work and the pressure was kind of off for a minute. I justified one day not doing push-ups, not going to the gym, not running.
Yeah.
And that was the end.
That's what happens.
That was the end. I mean, yeah, dude. It just one day after another, my mentality shifted, and it's that easy. And that's where I'm not lying to myself. Like this is a rabbit's hair, if that's a term. I don't know, little tiny like hairpin, right, or whatever, away from being an utter failure. Just now, I know I'm actually hurting myself if I do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's that extra motivation.
That's motivation. And I always did mentally, so far I'm holding on to the fact, I always told myself when I hear that I'm doing damage, I'm going to change, which is a really stupid way to look at it. But
I mean,
it was
I think most people will look at it.
I lived in, denial that I'll probably just be fine. I don't think I'm going to like react to this stuff like anybody else would.
Yeah.
So I'm with that so far. And part of it, I just don't know enough about food. Like, it's like I have to think so much in what I'm going to eat. If it's not like just, obviously buying vegetables or they're vegetables, but so many things you have to really look at labels and know.
See, I don't want to get to that point, right? I don't want to have to like look at labels because I'm buying like ham which I hate ham. So there's turkey, like, but you know what I mean? I don't want to like get to that point because I feel like that's just so. I know me. I won't do it.
Yeah,
but I want to get to the point where I'm just eating less,
right, and
eating healthier stuff. Obviously,
right.
I mean, is it going to be I don't want as much processed, but there'll probably be some processes,
right? Well, and that's the thing. And like, so my doctor told me like whole foods. That's what you need to focus on.
Yeah,
doesn't mean that's all you're going to ever eat. He's like, don't tell yourself you're never going to eat anything. And I don't. I'm just, for now, it's like, I need to see what I can do.
So what do you eat?
So right now, I mean, I don't feel deprived. I just am making sure I'm eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. I eat meat. I eat salmon. I've been trying to get a lot of salmon and like, what else have I? A turkey. those types of things. Think of it kind of like a bear. I try to eat kind of like a bear would eat.
Oh.
And I don't deprive myself if I feel hungry, like Greek yogurt, that kind of stuff. But I bought one that tastes really good, so I'm like, I have to look at that.
Greek yogurt by itself, I feel like is disgusting because it's plain and it tastes like sour cream.
See, I got the vanilla stuff.
Vanilla, I'll do that because it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the sugar, I'm not sure. I don't know sugar levels yet. And I do have to kind of be careful if I don't want to push it that way. So, like, I don't know if it's good or bad.
It's decent, I think.
It's better than, like I didn't eat a piece of cake yesterday. I had a bowl of Greek yogurt and blueberries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of my trade-off. Like, I'm not doing this, so I'm going to do that instead.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's more nutritional value in that than a slice of cake.
Yeah.
It's those types of changes that I hope to maintain. If I want a piece of cake when everything's leveled out and I know, that's fine. Like, I'll have a piece of birthday cake at a birthday party.
But you need to make sure that's it.
The behavior I need to eliminate is like, it's Tuesday night. I'm at the grocery store. That cake looks good. I'm going to buy it. We're going to eat the whole thing tonight. That is my mentality, my behavior.
Yeah.
If I want it, we're going to buy it and I'm going to eat it. You know? That's the level I was at. I was on the far extreme of like, I had to have been doing damage to myself and I was doing it anyway kind of thing.
Well, I think that was for drinking maybe with me in that sense for a while there. I cut that out and then, eating was just, I would just eat because I was like,
well, I think you're right. A lot of
I would just like small things I would eat. I was never eating because I was like feeling stressed or nothing. I don't think I'm a stress eater.
I am.
You know what I mean? I think I'm more of a, I'm going to have a drink.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
Or whatever.
That's how you respond to stress.
I think that's how I would, that or go punch a wall.
There's that too.
But no, I have to do something to let it out. Right.
Right.
And so it would be that, or I would smoke. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't smoke to let out stress. I would smoke because it helped me maintain my stress levels, like I was more relaxed. I was like,
right.
yeah. Smoking cigarette. Weed's illegal. I don't care.
No, it is. I'm clarifying.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if everyone knows that or
not cigarettes, because cigarettes are terrible for you. Weed's probably not as good.
Yeah. Well,
not as bad, but not as, it's
the
still
thing
probably
about
not
weed, we really don't know. Like, no one's been allowed to do studies, so we don't have any studies on it, which is too bad.
But I stick to like edibles and a joint here and there, but mostly like edibles and like a vape thing.
Yeah. Well, I think
which I don't know what even I think I'm just gonna stick with edibles because it's. I like.
Honestly, I would say easy. Anything, and also I think the one part we don't know is putting things in your lungs, how the lungs react over.
Yeah.
So edibles, I don't know. I'm really curious what data will show. As long as they're not packing them full of like sugars and stuff.
Yeah. Well, like it's a half a gummy.
Right.
You got a gummy that big.
And you're not going to eat a lot of those gummies.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You just eat half of one and then...
You're going to be really screwed up if you eat too many at once.
Dude, I can't eat a whole one.
Right.
I'll eat a half of one and then, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Because it gives, throughout the day I'm doing stuff because I don't like to be sleepy. I don't like that. So I'll just do that and I'm just like in the zone and I'm feeling good and I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And I find myself not really drinking as much.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a beer here and there, obviously, once in a great while. But
I hear you. But it does cut down on sort of like the binging. Like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Because we were both doing that for a while where like, we
I was doing podcasts. I was fucking faded on the podcast. That's stupid,
It's not like we drank every day like that, but you just.
It was those weekends,
but it's those behavioral patterns like we're celebrating the week being over. We're having
That's exactly what it is.
One leads to another. And then, it's.
So I found myself in the store the other day. And this is how I'm starting to like figure out the shit that triggers me, right?
Yeah.
I know I get bored and I want to do this.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so I'll go to the store and I would find myself like, okay, don't go to the store. But I would still go to the store. Mm-hmm. It was the weirdest thing, right? But then once I started feeling that again after I was like, okay, we got to really fucking do this. I'm like, no, don't do it. You know what? It's just one day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me let's go home or let's do, you don't need to go to the store.
Yeah.
Save your couple bucks or whatever. And so then one day, it's the next day and the next day, so I'm not doing that, so I've been feeling good, and it feels good because it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't got to run me no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah.
I want to control.
Well, and I think it's good
I want
to
to
be
control my shit.
Absolutely. And, I like how you said that you're learning your triggers.
Yeah.
Like, I am not great at being self-reflective. Like, I think I am.
Yeah.
And I am on some level, but living in the moment, I don't retain what I'm doing moment to moment.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think I do either. It's just I would find, okay, now, why am I doing this? Oh, this is why I'm doing it.
Right.
And then I'm like, fuck. I would find myself like,
yeah.
When you're thinking about it, don't do it.
Right.
That's how I found myself.
Blanca's helped me a lot in that regard because, your spouse, if you're married, you know that your spouse will tell you truths.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the things that we work through just in our marriage is, those types of issues where I forget the conversation that we had, or, like there's just those types of things. And I think this is going to be a very good period of growth and change.
Yeah.
For me, this is a very difficult moment. And I feel like kind of the whole house of cards is falling around me.
Yeah.
And part of that's just the way I deal with things.
Yeah, you feel like you're just going to any second have a heart attack.
Yeah, and I feel like tear it all down, build it back up kind of thing. But I think in a moment in life, this is a good time to do it.
Yeah.
But, I feel like if I don't do it, nothing's going to change. And a lot of my life needs to change. I'm feeling like not eating so much is also opening my head to slowly, but it's opening my head to realize maybe some of my patterns.
Yeah.
Not being hungry can kind of hide a lot of things.
Okay.
And so emotionally, I think I'd eat and then just kind of veg my brain out. Like it's almost like eating for avoidance of something.
Yeah.
And I think, Blanca in many ways kind of paid the price for that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure very difficult because I didn't like to exercise. I didn't want to eat healthy. Those are things that were important to her and that she wanted to do. And I did not prioritize those at all because I hated them.
Yeah.
And that wasn't very fair. And so I feel a little bit bad that now I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. Now she wants to do that.
Yeah.
So she's going to do it with me. But,
that's good.
I feel a little bit bad that I didn't.
I mean,
I didn't have it in me at the time. Well, I didn't really learn. It's just, I don't know.
We get stuck in our ways and,
but
my wife does that now. She's no, look, you want to go for work? No, I'm good. I'm all right.
It's very hard because you do have to fight your own mentality, your own, there's a lot of weird gymnastics your brain will do to get you out of things that you don't like, even if you love somebody. And that's a tricky thing. I mean, I have a lot to kind of work through and overcome and untangle there. But so I hope I'm going to discover a lot of links. Like lately, I've been spending a lot more money the last few years. That's another thing I'm noticing, like more just like, and we're not in trouble, but just, I'll spend without thinking about it. And then Blanca will say, I looked at the account today, like we need to stop spending because we got groceries and I don't get paid for another week. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's stupid stuff.
Been there.
Stupid stuff like that. But I'm doing it like, I don't know. But it's all the same thing.
Yeah. You're like trying to make up a void so you're going to spend money.
But I got a lot of them going on at once.
Yeah. I'm going to eat all this. I'm going to eat this cake, but spend $150 on whatever.
And I know that you don't typically want to try to solve a bunch of things at one time.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't go very well. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like they're kind of the same root cause. I'm kind of interested in just understanding myself better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think it might be, for reals, it might be the root cause if I don't know. I think our bodies and our minds have a way of telling us, no, this is what it is.
Yeah. And I think we have ways of kidding ourselves.
But then there's times where you're just like, nah, that's not what it is.
Right.
Obviously. But I think sometimes that first thought, that initial gut.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, that's probably what it is.
Right.
Why am I feeling that way though?
Yeah. Well, see, that's it. And I don't really fully understand why. I don't really have a reason I can point to be like, oh, well, you did this and this and this. Yeah. I have ideas of maybe kind of why, but nothing great.
Yeah.
But
I think you do a good job of trying to find out why. I'm like, all right, I just need to cut it out.
Yeah.
But then I'll never. get to the root cause. And I don't know if that's good though. If it's a good thing for me to not figure out why I feel that way,
I don't know.
But I just okay, no. Well,
I don't know
let's
if
just change myself.
Way, or if it just depends on who you are. Like honestly,
I don't know.
So I will say too, we've been talking a lot about therapy and whatnot, and I'll openly share. I'm going back into therapy. I'm trying. It's called BetterHelp.com.
Yeah, BetterHelp
online.
Yeah.
So I'm trying that out. I've had one session so far, and I think it's going to work well. The platform's pretty easy to use. Shout out to BetterHelp.
Video conference style.
You can do video conference, you can do phone call, or you can just do text.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're comfortable with, you're kind of in the driver's seat. So they give really like a lot of people their issue is they feel like they don't like it because they almost feel like they're giving too much control to this therapist. I think that a lot of people are scared of therapists. There's really no reason to be, but this really does put you in the driver's seat of how you want it. And if you don't like your therapist, you can quit and go to a different therapist. It's a little expensive, or seems a little expensive, but they do take like a health savings account. You can pay for it through that.
Okay, so it's like a monthly thing?
Yes, so $90 a week.
Oh.
But there was a time I was going to $150 weekly sessions.
Oh, okay.
You know, my insurance paid for it, whereas insurance won't pay for it here.
Oh.
So that's kind of the thing. If you don't have insurance, you don't have a health savings plan.
I don't even know if the insurance I had would pay for
I don't know. The insurance won't cover this, but mine did. I think there's a lot more in the laws and stuff now about covering mental health. At least on a basic level. I don't know if they do enough, but I know that mine covered it to a point. I think it was X amount of sessions. So I don't plan on doing this forever, but I want to get as much as I can out of it. So one thing that's good about this website is there's a lot of resources available. You can schedule multiple appointments a week if you want to.
Yeah.
Like for a $90 flat fee a week, you get access to basically however much you want to do. So they can
like 3 sessions. Let's just get this done, dog.
Well, and my thing is I want to get to the root of some of this stuff, and I was doing some, you can do like journal entries, just like on your phone, which is kind of cool. So they'll give you like questions, and you can like just flip through the questions. So you see one that kind of sparks your interest and then start talking about it. So I started on one that just kind of ruled into like a whole bunch of different areas that I'm struggling with, trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. So then you can choose if you want to share that with your therapist or not share it. So I just shared it because like, whatever. Maybe they can direct me somewhere. Yeah. Tell me like, I recommend that you do this worksheet, because they'll give you worksheets where you can learn skills about communicating or, whatever. They ask you. Cool. And they ask you what I was originally getting at was they ask you what you want out of it. Are you looking for a therapist that wants to go into background information about you? Are you looking for someone that's just going to, kind of like you said, you don't have to go into the background. You just kind of fix it in the moment. So it's really, a lot of people look for different things in therapy.
Yeah.
I tend to try to analyze things for root causes, like what in my childhood would have made me think this or that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right or not. My brain just does that. So I feel like I can work through it better if I try to do that.
Yeah. Try to get.
Not that I have a lot to work through. My childhood wasn't bad, but.
No, I wonder that. But then I'm like, I don't remember much of my like, I remember certain things in my childhood. So it's like, I don't know.
Do I want to open a can of worms?
Yeah. Is it going to like trigger stuff that oh, damn, that did happen with me.
Well, see,
I never remember that.
I honestly don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah,
or if that depends on the person.
Yeah. It could be a person thing.
Yeah, because I know that there's a lot of therapists.
I feel like stuff I'm dealing with is, I don't know if it dates back to my childhood, but it just dates back to how I dealt with things in my life.
Yeah.
More than it could be. So I guess in a sense, it does date back to childhood. Yeah. Because maybe I dealt with stuff weird.
Kind of the behavioral patterns of being a human and learning ways to cope with things. Yeah.
I think it's like a coping mechanism that I want to learn.
Everything is. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing, and changing the coping mechanisms to more healthy coping mechanisms. Because I don't think there's one part of my life outside of maybe work that I really have full control over, where I really feel good about it. Like, no, this is like solid.
Yeah.
So I need to read
the podcast.
And the podcast. There is the podcast. I'm kidding. That's more like a therapy. Way,
it is.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's hopefully there's a lot of good change that's going to come out of this period. It's like, the cocoon or the chrysalis and things are going to...
You're going to blossom into a beautiful butterfly or moth.
If
you're into that.
An ugly moth, and that's fine.
Moths are kind of hot looking, though.
Did you see the huge one in the local paper?
In Bellevue?
Wasn't it here?
I didn't think it was I thought it was Bellevue.
I'll have to look again. Our local paper had a story about this gigantic moth.
Yeah, I think I thought it was discovered in Bellevue or somewhere.
Maybe they just said Washington. Maybe it was Bellevue.
But it was a huge ass moth.
Yeah, good looking moth.
It was cool looking.
Dude,
its wings, the tips of the wings look like snake heads.
Yeah, they must have said Washington then.
It was in Washington, but I thought it was in Bellevue.
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
I don't think it was super local. I didn't think, but I could be thinking about a different story I saw.
I don't know.
Bellevue.
I just saw it on the Tri-City.
I don't think it was in the Tri-Cities though. I don't think, but maybe.
I don't know. Let me see.
I seen the picture though, and it was pretty cool looking.
It was a cool looking thing. I think it should still be up here.
No, but I think going to therapies. I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one day I'll try it.
I just know that there's some things I'm not fixing myself, and I really have to fix them.
Yeah.
And I think having somebody else that is knowledgeable about some of this, about human behavioral patterns, maybe in a way I'm not, or at least someone that can be honest from a different perspective. I know I'll lie to myself.
Yeah.
There's going to be times I will trick myself, and I need non-personal accountability in that. Somebody who's not a relative or something that's going to say, well, remember when we talked about this? And, know, so for a while.
Sometimes you need someone to say, hey, man, you're fucking up, bro.
I can't find that moth, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Hey, Google. Large moth found in Washington. Here are some details.
Anything on that? Yeah, I could have sworn it said here, but maybe it was just Washington. I should get my facts straight before I bring something up. But yeah.
It was a cool moth.
It was a very cool moth. I wish...
It was an Atlas moth.
Was it? Where did they find it?
Found in Washington.
That's all they say?
Look. This moth was found in Washington. Yeah, we know it was in fucking Washington.
Oh, that's what that is. I don't know. The Tri-City Herald's not showing it anymore.
Yeah, no, this one's in Tacoma News.
Oh, okay. So it happened
in Washington. Washington State, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a dirty slut.
No city name, huh?
That's what I'm looking for. Washington's home to a lot of species of mouse. It didn't say. So maybe I made up Bellevue.
Okay.
It's in Washington, though, people. A big-ass Atlas moth. It was big, dude. It was big as dude's hand almost.
Yeah. It looked... I didn't see any scale, but it was next to a garage door. And it looked pretty good size.
Hide your kids.
Yeah, the moths are coming. Like another story that you possibly heard about.
Oh, yeah. So another story I heard about, and I heard this on a podcast, and I kind of Googled it, and so I don't know, but about monkeys taking over. There's in Japan and monkeys and fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
With the Japanese.
Huh.
They were stealing kids, apparently, and it was the Japanese ended up assassinating the leader.
It's like
who was hanging out in a it was literally like the Planet of Apes. But it was hanging out in a school or something. The leader of the monkey. He got sniped out though.
Was he
Still
on
Team 6.
the playground, having the troops charge?
No, he was on a throne in the classroom. Made of baby skulls.
Made of children.
That's not funny, but
that'd be awful. I hope that story's not true because
no, I guess it's true. I just don't know how much of the
details of it.
The assassination thing is true.
Uh-huh.
But one of the other things I heard was they anointed a new monkey leader, and that monkey's they're and the other monkeys they're Jesus. The one who died.
The martyr.
He's the martyr, yeah. He died for our sins.
Man,
I'm going to
avenge. There's a monkey church now and everything.
Because if monkeys really took over and evolved,
they'd be us.
They'd fuck us up. We couldn't defeat. Do you think we could defeat monkeys?
Depends on what monkey.
No, just like fucking chimp.
Tiny ones.
Chimpanzee.
Yeah, because if we got cars, I think we could run them over.
Yeah.
But
in combat, I'm talking about
combat,
like, if they had weapons.
How big does a chimp get?
Let's see. They even were able to like now use guns and shit.
Yeah, we'd be dead. They got teeth and guns. Nah, it's over. I know. I can tell you when you get bit, it hurts really bad. You're not able to fight as hard as you think. So
monkey teeth are big.
Yeah, they are.
Gorillas versus us.
Yeah, gorilla. No, I think we've already established through another podcast that that's not going to happen.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, man.
I need to look up that story some more, but I kind of want it
bringing up without vetting. I think for the humor,
dude. It's a legit story. I just don't know how much of the details I heard were legit because, like, I seen another like article that said a different thing because they were like arming the people with like tasers, but I saw something else that said shears. So it's
garden shears, yeah.
So it's like,
here are your shears. Go after those monkeys, like
get their tails.
Yeah, right. Like, so make sure you go for the head. It's a zombie movie with monkeys. Go for the head.
I think you're on something. Zombie monkeys.
The monkeys have eyes.
Hey, right. World War Z.
Yeah, World War M.
Yeah.
I don't
zombie
know.
monkeys would be strong.
That would be freaky, actually.
That'd be scary.
Like, do you remember when they first started coming out with like running zombies? I don't remember the first movie, but I know one of the first ones.
I know Zombieland had some running zombies.
Zombieland did, but I think
that one with Brad Pitt too.
World War Z did, but even before that, what was the movie that I used to love it? It was oh man, it was a zombie movie, and it had Ving Rhames was in it.
Oh damn.
The end. It was like a play on Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't Night of the Living Dead because they end up in a mall. The guy that played Phil was in it from
I know what
you know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Why can't I think of the name?
Dead something.
Yeah.
It was, I keep thinking Left 4 Dead, but that's a fucking video game.
That's a game. That's a fun game. But
hey Google. Zombie movie in a mall.
Dawn of the Dead.
That
was what it was.
Yeah. I think that's a remake.
That's the first movie I remember seeing where they were like fast, where they would run. And I was like, oh shit, that changes the game. Because my friend and I, from the time that we were young, were always like, I want zombies so bad. We thought we'd have like samurai swords and stuff and just
look like Michonne out there.
We'd be like that fat kid on YouTube that's like got the lightsaber thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what we would look like. But in our heads, we could have totally killed some zombies.
Right. Yeah. Fast zombies would be scary. Zombies would be kind of scary though, for real.
Slow zombies, I feel like could be kind of fun.
Like you can fuck with them a little bit.
Yeah, you know, like not like a lot of them when it's only you, but if you had,
guy,
you know, like
can't even walk straight
into a corner, and then it takes a while to turn around. You're like tapping him on the shoulder, and stacking off, and then one sneaks up behind you and bites you because you're being an asshole. Like the movie,
that's what would happen.
That'd be exactly what happens.
Yeah,
but I don't know, but like fast zombies and like, ooh, how long can I really run? Like I always think about these scenarios, like, oh, I could fight so hard. Have you ever tried to do anything for longer than like 30 seconds? It's borderline impossible.
Try boxing for 3 minutes.
Yeah, right? Try boxing for 30 seconds straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Truly, like you get fucking tired. So you're running away and swinging stuff.
Oh, you're done.
I mean, like there's no way. Cardiovascularly right now.
Well, you got to watch Zombieland.
Yeah.
Rule 1, cardio.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the rules.
God, I need to watch that movie.
Zombieland's great.
That was great.
I'm not the biggest Jesse Eisenberg fan, but I love that movie.
Man,
he's cool in that one.
Good movie.
But
I like the second one too. They end up at Graceland, and then they're at like the White House, and different places.
Oh, Zombieland, they're great movies. Yeah. Woody Harrelson's amazing.
He's great. Yeah, he's great in everything. Oh yeah. Did you ever see True Detective with him? I think I already talked about that.
With him and Matthew McConaughey?
Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah, that was like first season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Crazy.
I started rewatching it actually.
Did you?
Like I do with every show.
Yeah, I really
I'll start one and then I just get sidetracked with another show.
No, I hear you. I know. You really have to get a few episodes into a show to like really get into it to the point.
Well, and it's hard because like there's certain shows like I'll watch, but my wife's like, nah, I'm not watching that.
Right.
And so then I'll be like, nah, whatever. She can watch what she wants. And then I'll just jump on my PlayStation.
There's also a difference between are you really watching it or are you just having it on? Because there's some shows you don't have to pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah, if it's a show I know I want to watch, but she's not paying attention or she's like uninterested, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to watch this too.
Right.
I got to watch your shows. You got to watch my show.
Right.
But a lot of times, though, some of the shows I watch, she'll end up like getting into. But like the Marvel shows, I started just watching those. Like she'd fall asleep, so I'd watch them in the room.
Yeah.
Because they'd pique my interest for a second. But
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for She-Hulk.
Yeah, that just started Thursday.
You watched that?
I started to last night.
Okay.
I fell asleep, and then I was like, I'm so tired. I'm going to put Supernatural back on. I told Alicia. Because I started watching, and I was like, I watched like the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. And then I was just.
Do you realize you're not getting anything?
Yeah, I fell asleep for probably like another 4 or 5 minutes, and then I woke up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn this off. Let me put on Supernatural. Put that on. I was out. I was tired, man.
I hear you.
It was so hot yesterday. I was like sweating balls.
Do you feel like you have to sleep with the TV?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Alicia, she does. I'll be okay without watching TV. Sometimes it's hard for me to fall asleep if it's on. Depending on if there's a show I get interested in, then I could stay up.
Really? Even if I'm interested in the show, if it's night, I fall asleep, which actually used to be one of my habits / triggers.
Yeah.
I think I would stay up to eat and then just pass out right away on the couch.
Oh, yeah. No, because I can stay up pretty late usually.
Yeah.
Like I'm weird because I don't need to sleep a lot. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be okay. 5 hours.
That's good for you.
I'm good.
I think about 6 for me.
6 is probably my good point. Like 6.5. It's probably like good. Like I probably need that. Anything over that,
actually get closer to 7 now that I think about it.
But anything over that, it's like it'd be weird to sleep that much.
Yeah,
because I usually will wake up or something.
Right.
Even like there's times I want to sleep in and it just can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
my dogs don't let that happen. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens to me. And so I'm already like waking up thinking like, okay, they're gonna bark any minute. So I got to get up here in a second. Because Rex, he'll let you know.
Yeah.
He whines loud. Yeah. And in my house right now, it's loud.
Yeah.
Getting our floors done. And so there's nothing in our house right now. And it's just empty and loud.
Echoing bark.
Dude, doing the floors thing, that was the stressful. I had to tear up my floors.
Yeah.
Was it Monday, Tuesday? Finished up the final touches Wednesday. But it was kind of fun, though. It was a lot of work, but it was like kind of nice.
Different than what you're used to doing on a daily basis.
Dude, that was, I don't know how much I probably lost some pounds just doing that.
Yeah.
I wish I would have weighed myself because I sweat so much.
Yeah.
So much. I was just so sweaty.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it is exercise. That type of labor.
Oh, yeah.
When it's hard. Like, that's like when I was working on the pond, I'd do it at night and lifting all those rocks and moving them and everything. Like,
I felt so healthy.
Yeah. Right.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I would eat shit, but.
Yeah, exactly, though. That's what I mean. Like, I would drink or I would eat late. That's my problem, too, is I eat late.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I like to eat late. I'm like, all right, it's 11:30. Let's see what we can grab to eat real quick before I go in the room.
Yeah.
And so I'll grab if there's cookies, I'm a sucker for cookies.
Yeah.
I do like to eat cookies. So there's some, usually if I do sweets, it is late at night.
Yeah. See, and that's
probably terrible.
Yeah. And I would tend to have kind of the same habit. Man, the Yolks has some cookies. They're a sugar cookie that are just
dude amazing. They got sugar cookies for the party until last night. I ate one.
Yeah.
Like I did really good. Didn't eat bad. Ate a sugar cookie last night. I'm like, why did I fucking eat?
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the big things too with trying to lose weight and stuff is don't beat yourself up. You know, I think we get.
Well, I think there's certain little things where I'm like,
yeah,
no, I shouldn't have ate that. What the hell are you doing?
Right. No, and it's like, but it's that easy.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
It is.
And one moment of weakness. So I got to find ways to change.
One moment of weakness.
You know,
that sums it up for everything.
Everything. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
people cheat with one moment of weakness.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess it's true. Yeah.
You know, you get a moment of weakness, you kill someone.
I murdered him, but it was a moment of weakness. There's got to be some kind of clause in the law for that. Your Honor, it was a moment of weakness. I'm
Johnson
for mistrial
versus Waitson. It'll sum up that.
Yeah, the Supreme Court upheld it.
Yeah.
It was a moment of weakness.
He was found innocent.
I think they call those crimes of passion.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's more of a motive than a defense, but
yeah, there you go. But no,
that is fun.
But no, I mean, I think that's a good thing to say though. Like, you do get those moment of weaknesses,
right?
And then, but trying to like figure out what's causing you that, you know, be weak in that moment, or mentally just challenging yourself to be stronger. I think that's the toughest part. Is that mental? That mentality, and
that's something I know I have to work on. Is the fortitude to just say, nah.
That's what I think about. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Kobe, and like they call it the Mamba mentality. Yeah. He had like such a strong, like he was like Jordan in the sense that like he had a very
my dad kind of
motivated brain.
Yeah, my dad. I mean, I don't know to their level, but I will say for a guy that wasn't a professional athlete, he played in high school and stuff. But I mean, he would get up at 4:30 in the morning to do a full on exercise, like hundreds of crunches, everything before work.
Yeah.
And he had to leave by like 5:30 in the morning. It might have been 3:30 when he woke up to do this shit. I mean, it was insane. He ate well. I mean, he always had the ability to make himself. And he did have a health scare from where he worked.
Yeah.
Where he really thought he was going to die at one point. And I think that also kind of helped him keep kind of
going.
Yeah. I mean, that really helped him realize like he's not invincible, that kind of thing. But regardless of that, like he was always amazing to me because it is almost that Mamba like
it is that mentality.
I don't have that.
I know.
At least I haven't to this point.
Like
where you're like just like it almost seems impossible, but I'm going to do it. I always had that moment where I'm like, and that's enough.
Like, dude, 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to wake up.
Seriously, that early. I couldn't. I feel disgusting that early in the morning. Maybe eating better, I won't, but. I mean, my God, he also had to drive out to the Hanford site, which is
it's a long drive.
So that was one of the reasons.
But like
so early, but
I mean, just having that mindset to just do that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have that,
and I can to a point, but I know like my brother has more of that than I do.
Oh,
because like he was a runner at one point, and
I was a runner, but I don't know.
Yeah, he blew an ankle out because he ran from Pullman to Moscow.
Oh.
And then on his way back, about halfway back, blew his ankle out.
Ouch.
And so then.
How far does that run?
Oh, I don't know, but it's far. It's got to be like 20 some miles one way.
Oh, damn.
Or something. I mean, he was insane for a short period of time. But that's kind of our way.
Was he doing a marathon? Damn, that's a full-blown marathon.
He could have done a marathon. Maybe it was like less than that, and by the time he got there, he was almost to a marathon. Maybe I'm totally full of shit. I don't know.
I'm just saying, but 13 miles is crazy.
It was a ridiculous. Anything above 4 miles is impressive to me because I used to, at my peak with running, I could run a 4-mile loop a day.
Yeah.
That was like the point where like I had this.
When me and Nick would go running up Badger, I think it was about 7 miles.
Yeah, I don't run mountains.
Maybe not 7 miles. I think I'm exaggerating. It was probably about 3-4 miles.
Okay, but it is an incline.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
I hated it.
I couldn't.
He's gonna start hiking again, so he's gonna invite me out, and so I'm gonna go out because he's always inviting me.
Yeah,
you want to go? Nah.
Well, it's good. I can't see myself running the mountain.
I won't. No, I told him I won't run, but I'll hike because I need to do something, right?
Right. And that incline is a good incline. I mean, I think that's really
30 minutes for 12 incline. Well, I'm way at more 12.
At least 30 minutes, right?
Up that mountain, all the way up to the top.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Well, we were doing
about an hour.
Yeah, we were doing it for a while, and Badger Mountain now has a trail that connects to Candy Mountain, and apparently they're going to connect Candy Mountain then to the other mountain out there in Benton City.
Oh, damn, that's far.
Yeah. Somehow they bought a bunch of land, and if I understood it right, they want to connect a trail between them.
That'd be.
Can you imagine?
No, that'd be a long fucking hike.
Yeah. What is that mountain called? That's
not Badger. There's Badger Mountain.
Yeah.
Candy Mountain.
And anyway, what
Mount
Rushmore,
Vesuvius.
Mount Vesuvius. We're going to Greece or wherever the hell.
Yeah, they had like volcanoes there.
Yeah, something.
But no, I have to remember it.
Yeah.
Alicia went up and it's steep as shit.
She
said it's so steep. I've never been there.
I don't know.
Mount Magoo. I feel like there's an M in it.
It is McBee, right?
McBee. Yeah, there you go. See, I was close. Magoo.
Yeah, you got it. Magoo, McBee. It's pretty much the same guy.
Same guy.
They're related.
Same shit.
McGoo. I think I'm going to call it Mount Magoo.
Mount Magoo.
Come on, Miss Magoo.
But no, I think we can wrap it up right now.
I think so.
I don't know. I think, like we said, we discussed mental health's important. Mm-hmm. We're still dealing with it. Yeah. Both of us with different things in our lives. That's the crazy thing.
I think we've said this a few times, and I want to make the point. We're not here to pretend like we know everything and we have all the answers. We're kind of working through everything the way anybody else is. We're just talking about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the difference.
Yeah, the weak spot in our society is we don't tend to talk about it, especially a lot.
Men. We don't get a chance to talk about it.
And I found, as much as I said, like, talk about it, just talk. I don't know how half the time.
I don't.
So, like,
this is me talking about it half the time.
I mean, there's there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, but I'm kind of glad to be doing it in a podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's
cool that you're like, going to therapy and doing all that too. I think that's important.
We'll hope that, there's results.
Yeah,
but
something.
Got to do something, and I'm happy I'm doing something. So
I'm glad you're doing something. Don't need you dying.
Thank you, brother.
I need a golfing brother.
Yeah, I know. I
don't need new people. I almost want to play it. I just want to play it.
I'll just do it.
Hey, we're going out.
I missed that.
I had to. I cut it off so quick. Stop.